Today, my to-do list was so long, but I had a goal, and that was to get out and vote. I wanted to get out and vote early. As I'm driving, though, I want to point out this is a business that I've always wanted to stop at called The Draw. So on a future video, we're going to head into The Draw, you guys, because there are local artists in there and also a coffee shop. So I headed on down to City Center, hey, and I voted. And I would encourage each and every one of you to get out and vote so your voice can be heard. Guys, that literally took me minutes. So I am just going to encourage each and every one of you, get out and vote. All right, now let's get started with the day. We're gonna head on over to my storage unit and we're gonna tackle the Yale goat. Now that I've grabbed what I needed from my storage unit, we're gonna evaluate my booth, you guys. So here I have decided I am going to put a tree. I am going to also put another tree on this table, and I'm gonna try to remove that barn quilt and put more of a holiday-ish type of barn quilt in there. I also am gonna remove some of the pieces that are kind of like summerish or fallish. I just want to get that out of my booth. I am also going to be adding some new product there. I have to finish pricing it. And here, like I said, is where I am going to put a tree. The one thing that I like to do every time I do a booth flip is I like to vacuum the floor and I like to dust things. So I always bring in my own vacuum. I've added an area rug just to like soften things up a bit in my booth, and it does seem to attract a lot of dirt, you guys. So giving it a good cleaning every time I do a flip is definitely key. The first thing I decided to do was directly in front. I felt like the display was just too tall with the crate being vertical the way it was. So the first thing I did is I wanted to flip that crate over. I still wanted height on that hope chest that's in front. And I have some furniture pieces in here that I don't want to take out. I'm hoping some of the pieces in the booth will sell. So including this hope chest. I'm hoping by flipping it over, it doesn't cover it up too much, but again, I still want some height in there. I know that this crate is quite substantial and big, but I still think it will do the job. So I can still put a display slightly in front of it and then on top. And the round table behind it, I came up with the idea to add additional trees. The one thing also that I always want is a full booth of paint. So I'm always restocking my Fusion, my DIY, and my Sweet Pickens. I think that it is so essential to have a very full booth so it doesn't look picked over, and when all of your products are stocked, it makes your booth look so good. So I am restocking both my Fusion and my DIY paint along with the Sweet Pickens. They have to be ready for the weekend. And now on that note, I want to make an announcement. I will also be carrying Fusion fusion now not only at the Yield Goat, but I also was recently approved to offer fusion mineral paint at Water Street Vintage and at Antique Up. So next week I will be stocking Water Street Vintage, and then the following week Antique Up. Now here is what a full booth looks like, and I love it. If you guys watched my recent reel, I found a tree called Our Texas Home, and oh my gosh, you guys, it was from Walmart, and it is so realistic. And I ended up finding the 7.5 footer for my home, and I happened to be at another location, and then I found a 4 footer for my booth. And you guys, they are so easy to put together. I thought, well, I will tape me putting this tree together, and I love how easy the branches just maneuver. And the other thing is it looks so realistic, like so realistic. And my mom came into the booth as I was setting this up, and she's asking me all kinds of questions about it. And I'm like, yeah, I got a 4 footer too. And she said, it's so cute. It doesn't even look like it's 4 feet. And now as I'm looking at this, I really wish I would have gotten 2 of them, 2 4 footers. I think they would be so cute on the outside of my home, on each side of the door. And wait till you see when I turn it on. It just like has this little sparkle to it. It is absolutely perfect. I will have it linked so that you, if there are any available, hopefully you guys can grab one for yourself too. I know in our area they've been selling like hotcakes, but this tree is absolutely stunning, you guys. I had it put together, and the one thing I wanted to check was to make sure it actually worked. So I plugged it in and it lit up. I was going to head back over to Walmart, grab some different cords so that I could run an extension cord and keep it lit on the table. Here is what I accomplished during the day. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's the beginning, you guys, and I am going to continue to add. I didn't get everything done that I had wanted, but honestly, there was a lot of running back and forth between my storage unit, between Walmart here, just the cleaning up and trying to figure out what I wanted to add took so much time. As you can see, the papers did not, the papers, oh my, yes, I'm adding papers, you guys. They did not make it up yet. I will be adding those very, very soon. I also left the barn quilt for this time. I have to grab a big one that's more holiday-ish. But overall, you guys, you saw that tree. I love the way it looks. I still want to add a lot more smalls in here. I also want to add some different pieces throughout the booth. So I will definitely be giving you updates on future videos. When I was at my storage unit, I did grab my tote of Bottlebrush Trees. If you remember my video where I organized my basement area, and this whole tub is full of Bottlebrush Trees, and there is a reason why I grabbed them. My friend Janet from my membership group, she was telling us how she found these little Santa mugs at Walmart. So I will have these linked also in the description below. But she talked about how she was taking these little cups and she was adding Bottlebrush Trees to them, you guys. And I absolutely loved that idea. What did I do? I ran to my nearest Walmart. I only ran to one, guys. There's many in my area, and I did buy quite a few of these. They are also found in different, like I think one is a boot, one is a reindeer, things like that. So I'm just taking a little piece of that green styrofoam and I'm pushing it in, cutting off the top, and then cutting off the tag and taking one of my Bottlebrush trees. I'm actually using pliers and holding it, and I'm screwing off the bottom of the Bottlebrush tree. And then from there, it just allows that little piece of metal to stick out. And then I shove that directly in here and it sticks great. So you can use these a couple different ways. You can either use them just setting like on a shelf, or you can hang them on a tree. The other thing is, if you didn't want to use a Bottlebrush tree in here, you could use these little cups and just hang them all over your tree, and they would be so stinking cute, you guys. Or a little greenery in there. There are so many different options. But I have to say, this was such a great idea, and I want to give Janet a big shout out. She is so stinking creative, and if you don't already, definitely go follow her channel. She is on Facebook, and she just started her own YouTube channel. So I'll have all her information linked in the description. I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little different than what I normally do, but I thought I would give you a little bit of the behind the scenes. And I'm new at taping behind the scenes, but I wanted to show you everything, or some of what I taped of the behind the scenes. There was so much running, and honestly, if I taped every time I ran to my storage unit or every time I ran to Walmart, it would have been a bit chaotic. You would have seen me going, driving here and driving there. So I think I did more running than anything this week, and I'm still not set at the goat for my booth, but every morning I plan on going and adding a little bit more to my booths or to my booth over there. My next booth that I'm gonna bring you guys along for is Water Street Vintage. And I want to give you a tour of that location because it is absolutely stunning. You guys love the Yield Goat, you are gonna love Water Street as well. It has a more antique-ish look and feel to it, but another one of my favorite locations. So join me next week for that video. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And like I said, all the links will be down in the description below, and we will see you guys next Friday. Bye.